What does it really mean when someone can't stop thinking about you? When a woman secretly fantasizes about you, she might never admit it directly. But her actions, her energy, and her subtle behaviors reveal the truth. And as men, the question is not just whether we can recognize these signs, but whether we can respond to them with clarity, strength, and wisdom. This is where Stoicism enters. The ancient philosophy of Marcus Aurelius Seneca and Epictetus wasn't just about enduring hardship. It was about mastering perception, controlling impulses, and understanding human nature. Today, we're going to explore 9 hidden signs that she's secretly fantasizing about you, but we won't stop at psychology alone. We will anchor each point in Stoic wisdom, so that you not only recognize the signs, but also respond in a way that keeps you grounded, composed, and powerful. Because a woman might think about you constantly, but if you don't have the inner discipline of a Stoic, you'll either chase her validation or misread her signals. Both lead to weakness. But when you combine insight into psychology with Stoic self-mastery, you gain clarity, presence, and the ability to attract naturally, without losing yourself. Let's begin. Sign 1. She creates opportunities to be around you. One of the first signs that she's secretly fantasizing about you is that she constantly creates chances to be in your presence. Maybe she takes the longer route to cross paths with you. Maybe she suddenly shares interests that match yours. Or perhaps she randomly shows up where you are. From a Stoic perspective, Marcus Aurelius said, "Observe constantly that all things take place by change." What he meant is that people don't act randomly. There's always a reason behind behavior. If her patterns of behavior are changing because of you, it reveals desire. Modern example. Imagine a coworker who starts staying late whenever you do. Or a friend who coincidentally shows up at the same cafe you like. These are subtle but intentional shifts. Practical Stoic application. Don't get carried away by her presence. Epictetus warned, "When you are delighted with anything, be prepared to lose it." Yes, recognize her interest, but don't depend on it. Be aware but stay grounded. Respond with calm acknowledgement, not desperate chasing. Why this happens, psychology behind it. Human attraction often expresses itself indirectly. Many women, especially those who don't want to appear too obvious, won't openly declare interest. Instead, they place themselves in your orbit. This is their way of testing the waters without risking rejection. She might suddenly take interest in places you go. She may rearrange her schedule so she happens to see you more often. She could volunteer for tasks or events that involve you. It's her subconscious desire to reduce distance and increase proximity because in her mind, just being near you strengthens the bond. The Stoic perspective Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Observe constantly that all things take place by change." In other words, people rarely act without cause. If her patterns change around you, it's not random. It's a reflection of inner desire. Epictetus also warned, "Men are disturbed not by things, but by the view which they take of them." You must not get swept up by flattery or fantasy. Recognize her behavior for what it is, a sign, but don't build your identity on it. Historical reflection in ancient Rome, men and women also used proximity as a language of attraction. In the writings of Seneca, he often described the human tendency to draw near to that which we admire. Whether in friendships or romance, closeness has always been a signal of value and desire. Modern life example, think of a coworker who always finds reasons to linger when you're around. Maybe she asks casual questions she doesn't need to just to extend the interaction. Or consider a friend who suddenly starts attending the same gym you go to, even though she used to dislike exercise. She claims it's for health, but her true motivation is connection. Stoic application. How you should respond. Here's where Stoicism gives you power. Stay aware, not attached. Don't jump to conclusions or become arrogant. Recognize her behavior, but don't let it control your mood. Keep your frame. If she shows up, welcome the moment calmly. Don't exaggerate your response. Let her presence be natural, not overwhelming. Live with purpose. Your mission, your discipline, and your growth should remain your priority. Whether she comes closer or pulls away, you remain steady. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. Her attempts to be near you may confirm attraction, but your true strength lies in not needing it. Final reflection. When a woman creates opportunities to be around you, it's a strong hidden sign of interest. But the Stoic man doesn't chase validation. He simply observes, appreciates, and continues on his path. Because true power is not in her attention, it's in your ability to remain unshaken, whether she seeks you or not. Sign 2. She mirrors your energy. Psychologists know that mirroring is a powerful subconscious behavior. If she copies your posture, your speech patterns, or even your lifestyle habits, it's not by accident. It's her way of aligning with you. Seneca said, "Associate with people who are likely to improve you. If she is unconsciously reflecting you, it's a strong sign she admires you, perhaps fantasizes about being closer." Modern example. You talk about waking up early to work out, and suddenly she's posting morning gym selfies. Or you notice she starts using your favorite phrases. Practical Stoic application. Don't let ego inflate because someone mirrors you. Instead, reflect on whether your habits are worthy of imitation. If you're disciplined, grounded, and purposeful, you'll inspire attraction naturally. If not, her mirroring only reflects your own weaknesses. She mirrors your energy, a hidden sign. She's secretly fantasizing about you. One of the most subtle yet powerful signs that a woman is secretly fantasizing about you is mirroring. It's not something she usually does on purpose. It often happens unconsciously. Psychology and Stoicism together help us see why this happens, what it means, and how you should respond. What does mirroring mean? Mirroring is when someone copies your behaviors, words, posture, or even emotions without realizing it. It's a form of subconscious synchronization. If you lean back, she might lean back too. If you laugh a certain way, she may echo it. If you pick up a new habit, you notice she slowly adopts it as well. This isn't coincidence. It's a psychological signal of admiration, alignment, and emotional connection. Her body and mind are essentially saying, "I want to be closer to you, I want to enter your world." Stoic perspective on mirroring. Seneca once wrote, "Associate with people who are likely to improve you." When someone mirrors you, it means they see value in you. They're drawn to your habits, your mindset, and your presence. They are saying without words, "I want to be like you." Marcus Aurelius also observed, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." If she is reflecting your way of being, it's because her thoughts are colored by you. Her imagination is active and you live in her mind more than she admits. Why does this happen? Psychology of attraction. Mirroring happens for 3 main reasons. Rapport building. People naturally copy those they like because it creates comfort and familiarity. Admiration. If she looks up to you, she will subconsciously imitate you as a form of respect. Emotional bond. When attraction is strong, the nervous system aligns itself with the person we desire. This is why lovers often become more alike over time. So when she mirrors your words, energy, or behaviors, it means you occupy her mental and emotional space. Modern examples of mirroring. You start saying a certain phrase a lot, and suddenly she's using it too. You wear a certain style, and she begins experimenting with similar looks. You mention your morning routine, and she starts waking up earlier and posting about it. Even in conversation, you notice she matches your tone, speed, or enthusiasm. These aren't random. They're hidden reflections of her interest in you. Stoic application. How should you respond? This is where self-mastery matters. A weak man sees mirroring and lets his ego explode. He becomes needy, arrogant, or overly confident. A Stoic man, however, stays centered. Epictetus advised, "Don't explain your philosophy. Embody it." So the best response to mirroring is not to point it out or feed your ego, but to continue embodying strength, discipline, and calmness. If your habits are noble, her mirroring will elevate her. If your habits are sloppy, her mirroring will reflect your weakness. Practical advice: observe without attachment. Notice her mirroring, but don't overthink it. Take it as a sign, not as proof of anything guaranteed. Lead with strength. Since she mirrors you, make sure your actions are worthy of imitation. Stay disciplined, confident, and consistent. Don't chase validation. Attraction is revealed in behavior, not in words. Don't become dependent on her copying you. Stay stoic. Whether she mirrors you or not, your worth remains the same. Her admiration is a reflection of your power, not the source of it. Final thought. When a woman mirrors your energy, she is silently revealing that you are on her mind. Her body language, words, and even lifestyle start to reflect yours because she fantasizes about being closer to you. But remember, the goal of Stoicism is not to be intoxicated by admiration, but to remain unshakable. As Marcus Aurelius taught, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Her mirroring is a gift, a clue, a hidden sign. But the true power lies not in her imitation of you, but in your ability to remain centered, composed, and disciplined. Sign 3, she remembers the smallest details. She recalls things you said weeks or months ago, even small comments you barely noticed. That's a sign you live rent-free in her mind. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." Her memory of your smallest words means her thoughts are colored by you. She holds on to fragments because her imagination is at work when you're not around. Modern example. You once mentioned you liked a certain book, and she later surprises you with a quote from it. Or you talked about your favorite coffee and she brings it without asking. Practical Stoic application. Appreciate the gesture, but don't become dependent on her validation. Epictetus advised, don't explain your philosophy. Embody it, so instead of being flattered, live in such a way that what she remembers reflects your strength, not your weaknesses. Sign 4, she gets jealous. Subtly, jealousy is one of the clearest indicators of hidden attraction. Even if she never says it, you'll notice her mood shift when you give attention to another woman. Seneca observed, "We are more often frightened than hurt, and we suffer more in imagination than in reality." Jealousy comes from her imagination. She's fantasizing about you, and when another woman appears in the picture, her imagined reality is threatened. Modern example. You casually mention another woman, and she suddenly gets quieter, changes the subject, or asks subtle questions about her. Practical Stoic application. Never exploit jealousy to feed your ego. The Stoic way is balance. Acknowledge her behavior, but don't manipulate it. Keep your frame steady and let her reveal her emotions without losing your composure. Sign 5, she finds reasons to touch. You physical touch is never random. If she brushes your arm, adjusts your collar, or playfully pushes you, it often signals she's thinking about closeness beyond friendship. Marcus Aurelius said, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." This applies to reading signals too. Don't misinterpret accidental contact, but repeated intentional touch is a clear sign of desire. Modern example, she lingers and hugs, taps your hand when laughing, or playfully leans into you when speaking. Practical Stoic application. Be aware, but keep self-control. Epictetus emphasized, it is not things that disturb us, but our judgments about them. Don't let a touch cloud your judgment. Recognize it, but respond with calm strength, not neediness. Sign 6, she engages in deep eye contact. Eyes reveal emotions words often hide. If she looks deeply into your eyes and holds contact longer than usual, she's revealing what's on her mind, whether she says it or not. Seneca said, "The language of truth is simple." Eye contact is one of the simplest and purest languages of truth. When she locks eyes, her thoughts betray her. Modern example, you're speaking casually, but her eyes linger, scanning your face, sometimes with a shy smile. Practical Stoic application. Instead of being intoxicated by her gaze, mirror calmness. Train yourself to maintain steady, relaxed eye contact. This communicates strength and confidence, qualities that naturally attract without trying. Sign 7, she invests in your growth. A woman who fantasizes about you often invests emotionally in your journey. She gives advice, supports your goals, or pushes you to do better. Marcus Aurelius reminded us, waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. B1. If she's encouraging your growth, it's a reflection of her admiration. But the Stoic lesson is not to depend on her encouragement. Grow because it's your duty as a man. Modern example. She pushes you to pursue that promotion, checks in on your progress, or celebrates your victories more than anyone else. Practical Stoic application. Appreciate her support, but remain independent. Your growth should come from inner discipline, not external validation. Sign 8. She tries to impress you. If she's fantasizing about you, she'll often go out of her way to highlight her best qualities. She may dress differently when she knows she'll see you, show off her talents, or casually mention her achievements. Epictetus taught, don't seek for everything to happen as you wish it, but wish for everything to happen as it actually does. Her attempts to impress you reveal her wish, but your task is to remain steady. Modern example. She bakes your favorite dessert just because, or subtly brings up her latest success to see your reaction. Practical Stoic application. Don't reward every attempt with exaggerated attention. Instead, respond with quiet acknowledgement. A Stoic man doesn't become overwhelmed by flattery, he appreciates but stays centered. Sign 9. She creates emotional intimacy, the final and perhaps strongest sign. She opens up emotionally in ways she doesn't with others. She shares secrets, vulnerabilities, and dreams. This is not casual. It's her way of inviting you into her inner world. Seneca said, "One of the most beautiful qualities of true friendship is to understand and to be understood." When she fantasizes about you, she seeks understanding. She wants you to know her deeper self. Modern example. She tells you about her fears, her childhood memories, or her deepest goals, things she rarely tells anyone else. Practical Stoic application. Be a safe space, but not an emotional crutch. Listen deeply, but maintain your independence. Marcus Aurelius reminded, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. Her openness is a gift, but don't let it bind your freedom. Conclusion. So, what do we learn from these 9 signs? A woman may secretly fantasize about you, but the real question is, do you remain grounded? Stoicism teaches us to observe without attachment, to recognize without losing balance. She may create opportunities to see you. She may mirror your energy. She may remember your smallest words. Feel jealousy, or find excuses to touch you. She may lock eyes with you, support your growth, try to impress you, and open her soul. These are powerful signs, but only if you understand them without being enslaved by them.